Brittany Thompson, age 18, sits in a chair, stressing over the questions I'm about to ask her. She has multiple sclerosis, or MS, a disease that affects her nervous and immune system. Luckily, she's open about it, and although hesitant, she's willing to share.
My name is Brittany Thompson. I was diagnosed with MS in 2010. I was diagnosed because the left side of my body and face went numb. They determined I had MS with a spinal tap and an MRI.
MS is essentially when the brain's neurons are attacked by the immune system, which affects nerve communication around the body. To first understand what MS does to the nervous and immune system, it is important to understand how these systems work under ideal conditions. To start, the nervous system provides information about our world and is essentially the feeler of the body. Neurons, also known as brain cells, receive and send impulses along axons. For example, say someone touches a burning pan. The nerve sends a message to the brain, telling it what it feels. The brain intercepts the feeling as extreme pain and sends a message back to the nerves, triggering it to immediately get away from the pan. A healthy nervous system feels and reacts to the outside environment well and extremely fast, within milliseconds. The immune system regulates the body's health and is the defense against foreign invaders. When an antigen is placed into the bloodstream, immune cells that regularly patrol the body, called T cells and macrophages, begin to attack it. While attacking it, other immune cells called B cells memorize what the antigen is made of for future use when the same antigen returns to the body. MS mainly happens in the brain's neurons. Neurons send impulses, and the impulses are protected along the axon by protein layers called myelin sheaths, which increase the speed of the impulse. The immune system in a patient with MS sees the myelin sheath as foreign invaders. T cells attack the sheaths and eventually critically damage or destroy them. This leaves the neuron's axons exposed and vulnerable to damage by surrounding tissue. If a patient has a bad case of MS, constant numbness can result in permanent nerve damage because communication between some nerves in the brain can be destroyed completely. One thing MS often does to patients is induce stress. Many patients with MS become neurotic as the disease progresses. There is no known cause of MS, but there are a couple of leading theories. Emotional stress has widely been labeled the cause of MS due to the observation that many MS patients were diagnosed following a traumatic event in their life, like Brittany, who was officially diagnosed with MS shortly after the death of her father in 2010.
I don't think that stress caused my MS, but I think it triggered it to where we could figure out that I had MS. It's definitely the biggest symptom that I experience. I experience it almost every day.
Another theory on the cause of MS is an unknown defect or mutation in the immune system that causes the attacker T cells to deteriorate myelin protein in the brain. Some say that patients are born with the vulnerability to have MS. For example, say it is a dormant mutation in the immune system or brain. A stressful event may trigger the mutation to activate and begin the process of MS. Brittany could have been born with the MS mutation, and the stress of her father suffering with cancer and passing away may have allowed her MS to initiate.
6 months after my father was diagnosed with cancer, I had my first attack. The month after he died, I had another attack, and this is where they officially diagnosed me with MS. I feel that all of these stressful situations triggered my MS.
2.1 million people have been recorded to have MS since its discovery. It is hard to have a 100% accurate number because oftentimes MS symptoms are passed off by viruses and temporary illness. When MS is diagnosed, it is diagnosed to women 2 to 3 times as much as men. This leads researchers to believe there is a hormonal factor. Most patients diagnosed with MS are between 20 to 50 years old, and only a small amount are diagnosed in teen or preteen years, like Brittany. Although there are no known causes for MS, there are multiple ways of treating it, both traditionally and holistically. The most common ways are through medication, therapy, exercise, and diet. Copaxone is the most commonly used medication. It comes in the form of an injection and essentially acts as a decoy for the myelin protein. Because the Copaxone is continuously destroyed by the T cells, it must be injected roughly every 24 hours. One side effect may be an allergic reaction.
Copaxone was the main medication that I used to treat my MS until I had a bad reaction. Immediately after I took the medication, I turned bright red with hives and I couldn't breathe, and I started vomiting and having diarrhea. So we contacted the makers of the drug, and they said 1% of people have it, so not to worry, just take it again, maybe take an Allegro with it. So I did that, but the reaction continued.
Occupational and physical therapy both help. Occupational therapy assigns the patient with enjoyable tasks and helps the patient create goals. This helps with the neurosis and depression. Physical therapy helps rehabilitate nerve damage areas and improves mobility in an MS patient. Exercise and dieting play a positive role. It is recommended to maintain a vegetarian or vegan diet. Certain proteins in meat and dairy slightly increase the sclerosis process. Eating certain vegetables and fruits that help the body's immune system will help counter the myelin deterioration and repair it. Brittany stays on a strict vegetarian diet, but hasn't moved on to vegan just yet.
I'm currently on a vegetarian diet, and I feel really good since I've stopped eating meat. I've also tried to cut back on the dairy because I've heard lots of success stories for people who have stopped eating meat and dairy.
Exercise increases the body's strength, agility, flexibility, and muscle tone to combat against the negative physical effects of MS.
I try to exercise at least 4 times a week because I feel like it really helps me physically and mentally.
Thankfully, MS is not a lethal disease. Studies show that if within the first few years of having MS, the patient only experiences infrequent flare-ups and the symptoms are average, then they can live a normal life. So she can expect to accomplish almost everything she wants to do with hard work. Progress is still being made. To help fight the disease, you can donate to nationalmssociety.org, which is a nonprofit website that helps push for research and awareness for people with MS. Brittany remains hopeful that she will one day finally overcome multiple sclerosis, but her and 2.1 million people like her need the help of everyone to continue to find a cure and finally end the stress of living with MS.